Members, I want to, are there any other questions for Representative Capriglione before we get to our witnesses? I want to just take this opportunity by way of just Chairman's personal privilege on this issue. And Representative Johnson, this follows up on something that you just mentioned about creating a culture of life in this state, whether it's investing in women's health or making adoption more accessible, affordable, easier, I think, is hopefully those are passions that we all share. I believe very strongly that they are. I have committed as the chair of this committee to each of you individually and to the entire body that if a member drafts a bill, files a bill, and requests a hearing on their bill, they're going to get a hearing on it. So I would appreciate that when we hear these bills, whether we agree or disagree, and we've heard bills today that I strongly disagree with, but we've sat here and heard them. We've kept our conversations to the policy, and I want to make sure that we're all committed to continuing that. Having said that, as the chair of the committee, we're going to hear this bill tonight, and I imagine next week we're going to hear another bill on the same subject because the members requested a hearing. I cannot and will not support, nor will I let come out of this committee, any bill on this subject which targets the woman with either civil or criminal liability. So I feel very strongly in that. I know I've talked to you members individually, most of you, about that. I've got some concerns with some other legislation that we'll be hearing in that regard. And there will not be, we might have a hearing on it, but there will not be any legislation that comes out of this committee that targets a woman who is facing that difficult decision and who might make that decision. And I feel very strongly in that, and you have my commitment that we might hear the bills, but they will not have my support. Representative Niabe.
That's precisely what this bill does. Not just as
In what way?
And